but this was an audit that was done in Arizona, pretty much proving that yes, voter fraud was a thing. And just to read this off before I play the video: 37,000 queries logged, deleted before the same audit. Before the audit was taking place, they deleted 37,000 security queries logs. 4,000 registered and voted after the registration deadline. 11,000 voted that were not even on voter rolls. And then we have 18,000 voted, but only to remove from dirty voter rolls right after the election. And 74,000 mail-in ballots cast with no evidence of them ever even being sent out. I'm gonna play this video again. This is bad quality that she was live streaming from the forest. I don't know where she was live streaming from, but we'll play it.
At me from the hearing last week was, the 37,000 plus security queries in March that occurred, where logs were deleted, the almost 4,000 registered voters who, registered and then voted after the October 15th deadline, and then of course the 11,000 who voted who weren't on the voter rolls, the 7th of November, but showed up in December on the 4th of December, and then of course the 18,000 who voted and were removed from the rolls after the election. But then the biggest data point that jumped out at all of us was the fact that over 74,000 mail-in ballots occurred without any evidence of anything having been sent to them. So this is where
really seven times the total
the delta, right? It's just, and think about this, the memo that we now have found that Maricopa County sent out that said, hey, Sharpies are what the rule of the day will be on election day, and I just tried it last night on a regular piece of paper in my printer using a Sharpie as though I were filling in a bubble, and clearly, it bled through to the other side, which then, of course, calls into question the ballot and makes it have to be adjudicated. And the fact that Sharpies were encouraged just solely for election day really begs the question that, as everyone knew, Republicans waited to vote on election day, as they did in my 4 counties, predominantly did show up on that day. So,
and this is why they try to get people to the polls. The Republicans try really hard to do this, because by mailing in your ballots, if there's something wrong with it, something is not able to read it a little bit, they can throw those ballots away. And if you're trying to commit fraud, find any little tiny thing wrong with the ballot that says Trump on it, and you can throw that bad boy away. But I mean, this was in Arizona. So this was the audit that was done, and you can blame it on Democrats all you want, but at the same time, you have Republicans within the state that really don't even care, right? So you start to question what the try to question what the Republicans are really trying to do. Well, some of them, again, we have several good ones, but this is because of things like this, they've been pushing. Actually, I'm gonna save that for another video. I'm gonna make this its own video. But yeah, I mean, again, this is pretty much confirmed. This is only in Arizona. Can't even imagine what other states had just as much, if not worse than this. And these are very important states too to win. Trump, a lot of the actual voters are gonna have to do a lot more voter fraud in order to get some of these states on their side this time, because the American people are not voting Biden in again. We know that. We know that for a fact.